And now we see the countdown is starting again with Ready Band.
You're gonna expose us here now. Now if something goes wrong, we can't play it off. I I don't know. I try to never ever call out the countdown if I'm
Oh, we
commentating.
can
I still do like by habit, but like I don't know. It's sometimes a good idea not to. Timer already starting. A little Monka W. Might want to cancel that timer.
Oh, yeah, gather suspense. Make everyone away.
All right. This is gonna work. This is gonna work.
This looks fine, both on the title screen.
Perfect. Perfect sync here. Start things off. Absolutely beautiful.
Dansta just giving that advantage. Nah, a little bit of a desync, but we're fine going in.
I did load up Ready Band with his favorite liquor yesterday as a payment for this race, so you know, at least the stream's going right.
Yeah, we're going well. A little bit off sync, but we can hopefully fix that in a little bit. But we're all ready for some good Odyssey action. If you are just tuning in and chilling, welcome on in. Make sure you sit back, grab a snack and a drink, and relax as we start. Dansta versus Sledge. Today's Any League.
Yeah, rolling off into Cap Kingdom here. Everybody's favorite kingdom. Very beautiful, very powerful. Honestly, Cap Kingdom pretty cool. I don't really understand it. I'm not really sure why this game is so obsessed with hats. Kind of hoping that's not a standard staple in the Mario universe from now on, but everybody in this game wears hats. Everybody is styling.
Yeah, I mean, hats have always been a powerful thing in Mario, right? He's always grabbed some sort of cap to improve. Even in Mario 64, he puts on a different hat, gets a new power. So this is just the culmination of his hat-based abilities. But yeah, the Cap Kingdom, very short stage, but honestly, again, the movement right here is very important. Can cost you valuable seconds early on in the run.
Chat complaining about the sync being a little bit off. Possible. Could be just those loading time differences, maybe physical versus digital. Maybe Ready Band just has a little bit too much liquor flowing through his veins. I'm not sure which ones. I mean, it could be a combination, either drunk or the whole fact that I asked Ready Band to do this literally an hour ago, and we set up everything in a voice call. Because, yeah, my internet is completely down. I'm actually commentating off of a phone Wi-Fi hotspot right now. So CCG kind of on its last legs here. This could be the end. Could be the last ever Mario Odyssey race. So
No,
enjoy while it lasts.
not even the second one today. This is the last. If everything goes wrong.
With how the streams have been going recently, like, I would not expect to make it to Game 2. Like, I'm going to be really honest. Like, we make it to the Mario 64 race, like, it's a good day. We're doing great. Double sound and background music. That's part of the new production quality, Dansta. You're gonna have to get used to it. It's the new wave.
Go back to the gameplay. No issues from either runner here in Cap as we zip on in to Cascade.
Wait, there's gameplay? I thought we were just supposed to commentate the restream.
Yeah, just
I'm not
commentate
qualified
the
for this.
option.
This is Cascade Kingdom, I think. I don't know. Maybe you can.
Yeah, I think that's a chain chomp. I don't know. The only chomps I know are from Menace, but looks like that one's captured. And we grab the first moon. Not sure if it's desync or if Dansta has a slight lead. I'm gonna go on the assumption that Dansta's a little bit ahead right now. As we roll up and expect a Dino skip from both runners. No, Dansta very good at it, very consistent. But in a race environment, you never know. Yeah, it looks like he's going for it. Absolutely flawless. Second part here, just grinding up the bones. And yeah, excellent. Rolling his way all the way over the first boss. This one's never too tricky, just a quick 3-hit with another chain chomp. You know how to do the fast kill, which both these runners very much will know how to do it. But Sledge opting not to go for the Dino skip, just go for the standard. Will slow him down a little bit, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. I've seen Dansta do this quite a lot. He is comfortable going for the Dino skip, so he's going to be finishing off the boss a little quicker than Sledge will. But again, showing that little difference in PB. Dansta is a 57 contender, looking to get the 4th in the world. And Sledge just trying to lower the time, maybe break the 1 hour barrier pretty soon.
Hog. I actually missed it because my internet cut out. Did we get DSS on Dansta's side, or did you just go for
Dansta, yeah, DSS first try, absolutely destroyed it.
What a nut.
Crazy. Like, the man is absolutely cracked. Sledge opting not to go for it at all. Just went straight for the dino skip. Which, in a race, very respectable. Like, just go with what you're comfortable with, go with what you know will work. May lose you a little time, but you go for those hard strats, and sometimes they don't work. You can end up losing even more time, so... That's going to grab the last moon of Cascade, and then dip in, getting ready for sand. The first big chunk of the run. Nice clip out of bounds. Not the most difficult clip, but it's always nice to see.
Yeah, and that DSS is interesting to see, right? Because I don't know, a little while ago, I don't know, I'd say last league, so about a little over a year ago, I feel like there's a lot more people going for both DSS and chest clip.
Yeah.
But DSS specifically, Dansta, I feel like has been extremely aggressive on, right? Like coming into every game, just going for DSS, just being like, I know how to do DSS, I'm gonna go for it. Not a huge deal. And
Yeah,
getting pretty good at it. I mean, 66.7% success rate on DSS so far, which is pretty solid. Considering the fact I think you can miss DSS once and still be ahead coming out of it if you do get it the second try. Depending on how you mess it up, obviously. If you fall on like rib jump or something, then it's a little bit more costly. But you know, doing the whole thing through on the second try is pretty solid as well.
Yeah, definitely. And it's what you're comfortable with in a race. If Dancer's like, he's grinding out for the 57, so he's probably practicing that a lot. And if he thinks he can do it and he's getting it consistently, as you said, then yeah, take that time. Take that time save over your competitor. Sledge also opted not to go for the chest clip, but again, it's if you're not comfortable with it, go for what you know and just get the run going. You don't want to waste any time here trying to do tricks that you're not 100% on. But you can see the difference. Dansta like having a bit of a significant lead coming into Sand Kingdom.
Yep, and going for reverse town here, I think. I don't really know. I wasn't really working. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. With the burbs, we can tell pretty frequently what's going on, and it looks like we're still gonna be grabbing the bird here. Yeah, so we are doing reverse town.
Yeah,
kind of cracked, kind of gamer. For once, I actually have a valid excuse. Usually, when I like don't see things in a race, it's usually because I'm being extremely lazy and not looking at the screen. But sometimes I literally can't see the screen. So we need the chat commentators to pop off a little bit here. I mean, I'm not really seeing the cheers in the chat. I don't know where the racers are getting their hype meters from, but I don't know. Sledge could definitely use some energy here, going up against kind of a titan.
Yeah. Dansta, like honestly, a massive force to be reckoned with here, and Sledge going to be doing his best to just keep on track, make as few mistakes as possible. You're not going to be able to rely on Dansta making mistakes unless he goes for the absolute top strats that he may not be 100% consistent with. But so far, he's pulling off everything he's going for, so Sledge really going to have some trouble keeping up.
Yeah, getting the bullet dram here. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I like how this is just called dram in the stat sheet. Like, it's not even anything else, just dram. I think we should just change anything that's dram, just change it to dram.
Yeah, everything is
stat sheet.
Strat.
How many do we have in the stat sheet? We have 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 drams in the stat sheet. That's actually surprising. Where's our like beginning of Metro dram and garbage dram? Very, very hard strats. Need to track those.
Very clean Sand Kingdom so far from Dansta. No mistakes that I've seen. He's just flying ahead now.
Yep. Getting that bullet bill to connect there with the box. Getting that moon. Both players going for reverse Jaxie. Yeah. We have seen some players take some serious spills on reverse Jaxie, so Sledge getting really, really close to the edge there, even after getting it.
Yeah, it's an easy one to mess up, so getting it constantly is...
Oh my god. Okay, that was a little bit close there, Sledge. That poison jelly is not nice. It's not something where you like burn your booty, you know, you get a second chance. You touch that at all, any part of
Yeah,
it, and you're
you go
dead.
down. Yeah.
And you're going all the way back to the shop at that point. Unless you grabbed a checkpoint, which at this level, it's almost like I don't know, it's almost like an honor thing. If you take the checkpoint, you've lost all your honor, right? You're planning for failure, so to speak. I think a lot more players have been taking checkpoints though, specifically in Wooded. Um, right
Yeah,
before
you lose a
the
lot of time.
story moon where you kill the piranha plant. Grabbing that checkpoint is super critical.
Yeah, one fall there is. Well, it's basically if you're doing runs, it's the run over. Even at most levels, not if, even if you're not at the absolute height. The amount of time you can lose from falling there. Just take the extra half second, get a checkpoint, get a consistency going.
All right, well, very epic stuff here. Dansta leading out of Sand Kingdom slightly under 10 minutes, which is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting out of Sand Kingdom in under 10 minutes. Obviously for Dansta it's nothing, but for me I would be like jumping up and down. I'd be excited. I'd be clipping and putting on Twitter. This is just another day in the life of Dansta. Has not a care in the world. That's just standard for him.
Yeah, it's insane seeing these top players consistently get these absolutely insane splits. They said sub 10 sand is something that a lot of people put as a kind of like a sub goal when you're going for runs, just trying to get out of that kingdom. It's early on. It's like getting a low womps time in 64. People do put a bit of stock in it. But we see Danster now with about a 40-second lead, not insignificant at all. Really been putting in the work, pulling off every strat he's been going for. Sledge has got a lot of work ahead of him, and Dancer's just got to keep up what he's been doing.
Yeah, late clip here. First try from
Yeah.
Dansta so far. Can he get the out of bounds movement? Looks good. Grabs that checkpoint, makes it down to the chest. That is
Just
a hard
insane.
trick to get,
Yeah.
and just made it look easy.
Yeah, first try, no no drama at all. Completely, it said makes it look flawless, easy. Like he's as if he's got thousands of hours of practice or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I wonder if
Yeah.
that's true.
Sledge
Sledge
having a little
lining
more
up for late
trouble.
clip.
Oh,
Yeah, it does get the hat out of bounds though pretty quickly. Throws a few times and unfortunately not making it through the wall. A little bit of fake clippage going on. Does get it the second try though. Oh no, gets stuck in the water. Unfortunate.
yeah, you hate to see that.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. And now we got to back it up to Rango route. It's not the end of the world, but we took all that time to line up late clip. We're not getting the time save, and you know, we're having to take the L and go for Rango route. A little bit unfortunate for Sledge, but
Yeah,
it's
again
still in
losing
this.
that time, which is he didn't have the time to lose, and he's just losing it a bit more. Seemed to have a lot of trouble lining up the clip, and then, as you said, just got a little bit stuck, having to take the slower route.
Yeah, and Super Mario Odyssey is very much a game of like very small sort of tug of war time saves, right? There's not like there are some areas where you can die and it loses you a ton of time.
Mm.
Like we were talking about in Wooded, you die and you don't get the checkpoint, the Piranha Moon, like doing FRS or something. You're losing, you know, 40 seconds to a minute, something like that.
Yeah.
Or like if you die in Lost Kingdom, like halfway through, you have to run all the way through, skipping Klepto again. But overall, there's, you know, checkpoints all over the place. You're not really having to exit and enter stages like you are in a game like Mario 64, for example, or even in like Galaxy or something.
Yeah.
So these little things are pretty much what we're looking out for, right? If a player makes these mistakes, it's going to put them at a pretty serious deficit. As Dansta is pulling...
Yeah, pulling a lot further ahead here. Like Dancer's perfect movement through Lake, just going into Wooded. Sledge came into Lake with a 40-second deficit. That is definitely being extended coming out of Lake. Probably about a minute and a half to 2 minutes behind, which is very significant this early into the run. Danster seems to just be on fire today. And it's got to be worrying for Sledge. And not sure if he watches the screen. Sometimes runners do just to check out what their opponent's doing, really get a feel for how far behind or how far ahead they are. But if he is, Sledge's got to be a little worried here, seeing how clean Danster is moving through Wooded now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think Sledge is too surprised or worried at this point. I feel like the worry comes in when you look at the schedule and you say, "Oh, I got to play Dansta this week." But I mean,
Yeah.
after that, it's just like, all right, yeah, like that's what I expected. Like Dansta's doing good. That's what I expected. It's like, I mean, we saw Tyrone get a 57, I think 35 in a race yesterday, which is like,
It's
that's
just it's a
crazy.
top time, yeah.
Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
Tyrone is looking like he straight up could just like pop into any week race and just like pull off a world record. Like,
Yeah,
no
it's
cap.
absolutely insane. And if you're not all too familiar with SMO, getting a 57 in general, only 3 people have done it. So if you want to know how quick that is, just know that the majority of players in the world cannot do what he did in a race. So
Yeah, I mean, we're
absolutely
watching
cracked.
Dancer right now, like fly through the game, and
Yeah,
Dancer hasn't gotten the 57 yet.
no,
Dancer
very
obviously in
close,
the
but
hunt.
not. Yeah,
Jambo, Buster Doggy, Psionic, all sorts of people still looking for that 57, but it is it's a tough one to grab for sure.
absolutely. And again, Dansta just making Wooded look simple, flying through the level. Sledge doing his best here, and so far no major mistakes in Wooded. Again, he has to make up that time from Lake.
Yeah, Sledge having some trouble with the out of bounds movement here, but has not gotten any sort of soft lock situation yet, which is nice.
Yeah,
Not really a soft lock, but you can kind of get stuck. Okay,
yeah,
that
stuck
kind
up.
of terrified me. I'm not quite sure what I saw there. You gotta remember, I'm watching in like Minecraft quality right now. Like not even like 1.18. We're talking like 1.9. Like I don't know, maybe like beta, like 1.0. I don't even know what the numbers are, but there's a
Yeah,
lot of blocks on my screen right now.
yeah, Minecraft's been out long enough that I can't even remember what version I started on because it's come back around. So
Dude, I started back when they had like the free web browser version, and it was like scuffed as hell.
I think
Good
I remember
times.
beds being introduced. I think that's my early memories of
Oh my
Minecraft.
god,
Yeah.
I don't quite remember that. I remember survival becoming a thing. I don't remember specifically beds, but
Yeah, it was a huge thing. Like beds and like cake is out, and we were like, oh wow, this is a whole new game.
yeah. When's there a Mario Odyssey DLC coming out? That's what I'm still waiting for that.
The
Surely it's coming,
entire
right?
world is waiting for some new Mario. We got Bowser's Fury, and that was it. And not much to talk about from Dansta. He's just cleanly running through the entire level. I've not even seen a bonk. And nothing. Oh, I talk about bonks and cursed sledge. This is what we're talking about. Mistakes in Wooded. I didn't see if he got the checkpoint.
This is why we don't let
He did.
Mr.
Okay.
Ashley D in the booth unless we're desperate. This
I
always
wasn't even
happens.
talking about sledge. That was
It doesn't matter. If you say anything about a bonk, it's always your fault.
yeah.
If
That
you
was
say
cursed
anything as
by
a
proxy.
commentator, you've already made a mistake. You should just
But
enter the booth and immediately be silent for the entire commentary. That way you can't curse anybody, and the
that
chat
is
can't get mad.
that is strong commentary. Just silence throughout. But it does prove our point. Getting that checkpoint in Wooded. If Sledge did not grab that by the prawn to take that half a second, that would have been another 40 seconds lost. So grabbing those checkpoints, just iterating on our points earlier, it is important for consistency's sake. Very safe in a race.
Yeah, I think it would be qualified as a absolute goddamn disaster if Sledge would have not gotten that checkpoint. So props to
Yeah.
Sledge for taking the minor L, grabbing the checkpoint. I mean, it loses like fractions of a second to grab.
Yeah, barely anything.
And shockingly, opting not to do Spewart fight. Very, very surprising. I cannot believe this. I remember when like Spewartless Wooded was like even a question. Now just everybody does it, I feel like.
Yeah, one, the fight is not interesting. Two, it's kind of slow.
It's really not that slow. I think it's only like a few seconds slower.
Yeah, but
than
when it's that
Spewirtless
dull,
Wooded.
like you just
I
jump on
think
his
it's
head.
just gross. I don't think it's that boring of a fight. It's just gross. Like literally, you're just trying to vomit on you like constantly. That's the whole fight.
It's kind of
nothing.
weird.
It's not deeper than that. It's straight up just vomiting. That's the character.
It is in his name, so if he did anything else, I'd be kind of weirded out by that. But Dancer having a nice Bowser. And just a note, if you didn't see, he did leave what it at 18 minutes flat. So absolutely insane time from Dansta here.
Yeah, SMO commentary school for Mr. Ashley D. Did Dansta grab the cloud hint art? That is the question.
I was looking at Sledge.
I wasn't looking either. Well, we'll assume that Dansta got it because he's a gamer. Good job, Dansta.
Yeah, you're gonna assume. Anytime there's a Bowser fight, I'm like, this is business as usual for most runners. So I'm gonna look at what the other person's doing here, see if they're making any plays. So did not see that. If anyone in chat wants to enlighten them, you're gonna assume that.
Yeah, Dansta rolling through Lost Kingdom, pretty nice so far. We're getting the meme tree skip, no problems. Sledge battling through Cloud at the moment, but Dansta, I mean, if you're Sledge right now and you're doing Cloud, you're kind of like looking out of the corner of your eye, like, I don't know, maybe Dansta dies, maybe Dansta kleptos.
Yeah,
Like this is definitely like, I feel like this is the biggest wild card kingdom in the run. Like there's other places where you can lose a lot of time, but like Lost is just where stuff happens.
yeah. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in Lost, and every single thing that can go wrong can cause you a lot of time. So one klepto, one like mistake, you jump into poison. There's a lot that can, can lose you a lot of time here. So this is where Sledge is probably hoping for a slip up, a missed input, something from Dansta so he can catch up. But so far, all good.
He is getting a little bit of like weird angles on some stuff. We're getting caught up somewheres, and actually missing reverse Jaxie here is kind of a big loss in terms of the time. It's not huge, obviously, but when you're just kind of cruising through the game and you start having these little hiccups, it is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, again, that's probably like the biggest mistake I've seen him do so far. So it is still a mistake, but a tiny bit of loss from Dansta, but nothing what Sledge was hoping for. No major misses, and just grabbing and getting out of that moon under the bridge there. As Dansta exits Lost, Sledge does begin his Lost journey.
Oh, that's big brain, Dansta. Using the coin counter. See, I would have never thought about that because my brain is tiny.
Yeah, I'm not. So I know my SMO somewhat, but not to the extent that I know like other Mario games. So good information from Dance today. We'll be keeping an eye out in future comms.
Yeah, I feel really stupid for that because the whole point of getting the hint art, basically you have to get hint art either in Cloud or you have to get in Metro Kingdom. And most people get in Metro Kingdom because it's just free, it's on the way, you just do a ground pound. But you can do it in between cycles on the Bowser fight, and it saves you having to use those couple of seconds in Metro Kingdom to get the coins.
Yeah,
so
and when they're at this level.
No.
Yeah, a couple of seconds at this level is extremely important when you're just trying to shave down the time at world record paces. Sledge!
Oh, it's fine.
He recovers it. Oh, that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, I wasn't even worried. Was not even worried at all.
Getting out from under the bridge, that was that was close, but no major mistake from Sledge. Getting out of Lost. See Dansta going inside the building here, looking to start his climb. Yeah, the deficit seems to be roughly 2 minutes from what I've seen. Could be a little bit off there, but 2 minutes seems to be the lead that Dansta has over Sledge, which, looking at their PBs, seems to be about correct. But this early on, we've seen Sledge make a lot more mistakes than Dansta. We can expect a quick fight from both runners here. But this is the boss I think I hate the most out of the game. I hate controlling the tank. It just annoys me every time. I don't know what it is. But every other boss, fine. This one just... the tank movement never clicked for me. Not quite yet.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like 80 years old, and using anything motion controls makes me upset. So I'm gonna have to agree.
Oh,
Oh my
sledge!
gosh, sledge.
Even set back up for it and just completely missed the angle there. That's
That
a
is
bit of a
rough.
time. Yeah, all the way back to the Odyssey, so it's quite a chunk of time from Sledge. Time he has not got to lose here. So he's going to be feeling that mistake for for a little while. And it does grab the checkpoint this time.
Yeah, I think that's what speedrunners define as pain.
Yeah. Gets up to this time. He messed that movement up the first time, so I think he tried to back it up. Maybe wasn't comfortable with the backup and just could not get that angle sorted for him. So, and he didn't pick up the checkpoint again. Sledge proving it the theory both ways. In one time in Wooded, he picks up the checkpoint, doesn't lose as much time as he could. Here, doesn't pick up the checkpoint, makes him lose a lot more time than he would have. So, Sledge proving how checkpoints can be very important when you're just trying to be consistent.
Yeah, going for Goomba Heck and getting it though, making up for lost time here. Looking
Yeah.
pretty hot on the movement up to the top of the City Hall here. That's very good stuff. Very difficult cycle to now, but Sledge making it look easy. Surely won't fall to the yeet of faith here. Will not happen. Sledge is a gamer. We've never seen Sledge miss the cap before, so we're fine. We got it.
No,
Still going for Dram here. Very epic, very hard. Oh my god, he got it. What a gamer.
absolutely cracked. He did have a good Wiggler fight, just to update everyone on that one. Clean, no issues with that. As Sledge goes into his Wiggler fight. Grabs the scooter clip on Dansta. Just gonna make his way through Day Metro.
Oh man, Dansta grabbing the moon just as Cappy is grabbing the cone there. That is beautiful stuff. That was very beautiful. Nice. I really want to meme and ask you what pattern Sledge is going to get up here, and that's funny, but like I also don't know, so I couldn't even tell you if you were right. So I'm just going to refrain.
Yeah, so my SMO knowledge isn't
Everybody's talking about the patterns nowadays, the Wiggler patterns. They're very important. They're not that important, but they're very important. Yes, that is the question mark Z8, I think. Do they all have names? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the names of these patterns. Oh, there we go. you have a full command for it. So in terms of the patterns, how much time does like each one waste? Is it like a terrible one?
It's less about like one's losing time and one's being like incredibly hard to hit. Like some of them are just like, you know, overlapping a ton and you can get screwed by the hitboxes kind of overlapping.
It's interesting.
I'm sure there's some that are faster than others.
Yeah, you'd assume that, again, probably not a massive amount of time difference between them, but a really quick pattern could probably save like half a second to a second, maybe. So those little points of RNG do come into play at the highest level, but when you're just running to lower your time at a bit of a lower level, you're probably not looking at it all too much. But Sledge, honestly, is trying to make up time as much as he can here. A little bit more trouble on the clip than Dansta did. He's just trying to just go around it. Yeah, there it goes. He gets it.
There's definitely some interestingly named patterns. I'm just gonna say that and say no more.
If you want to look, you can anyone in the chat can click on the link to see what the patterns are. There's some. There's a lot of information on that spreadsheet. Oh my word! I just had a little click just to see, and there's some ones going on.
Speedrunning spreadsheets are scary.
Yeah, people have some stuff.
I think my favorite speedrunning spreadsheet of all time is the OT bathroom breaks cutscene spreadsheet, where it has every cutscene in the game ranked by whether or not you can go to the bathroom, from take your time to nope.
That's great. I suppose you have to, from an actual human perspective, you have to time your average P break at that point and plug that number into the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't know. Like 30 to 39 seconds is a little bit monk ass for a pee break. I'm gonna be really honest. I'm not sure how adequate of hand washing you're getting in there, but I mean, the hand wash skip is fabled, but apparently alive and well in OOT speedrunning.
Yeah, you can imagine. So 39 seconds. My bathroom's all the way downstairs and on the other side of the house. I'd be I'd be screwed.
You got to be an Olympic sprinter. I think the optimal strat is definitely you sprint downstairs, you turn on the faucet to get the hot water going as you're peeing, and then you like use the soap like midway through. I'm not sure of the logistics. I'm not qualified to write a tutorial yet, but I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, we'll need an update on the spreadsheet with video. Just
Maybe not video. Maybe not video.
you can blur out the parts that are a bit TOS, but anyways, back to Odyssey. Why are we here in the first place? Dansta had a really nice day metro.
That's the tragic part about Mario Odyssey is you can skip all the cutscenes. Like they just let you skip all the cutscenes. So if you go to the bathroom, it's automatic time loss. Whereas in OT, you can just go to the bathroom during your speedrun. You can just chill. You can go make a cup of tea. You can have a good time.
Yeah, in the days if you go into Sunshine, you could have a 3-course meal in some of those.
Oh man, the intro cutscene is my favorite. If I ever speedrun SMS, I am 100% watching the intro cutscene every time, and I don't care who like complains about it.
You gotta watch it.
I want to have Flood like lecturing me about the island getting dirtier and the really annoying judge that has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you must be the one that's like, I just got you.
Nope, forget the evidence. This guy looks kind of like the perpetrator, so it's him. Going to jail, kiddo. If we're gonna let you out immediately, you can go wherever you want. Game doesn't make much sense. Video games make most making sense, but Sledge here wrapping up Metro as Dansta is solidly through about half of Snow Kingdom here, just defeating the Blowy Joeys here in this room. The ultimate raid boss.
He's had no trouble with anything. He's every clip he's tried, first try, flying through. There's honestly been so few mistakes from Dansta that it's just hard to say anything about him other than the man be cracked. And this lead is insane. Like he's just been playing a phenomenal race. And Sledge a bit more trouble here and there, a little less optimized of movement, and you can see by the time difference, like I think it's about 2.5, maybe even 3 minutes. Dansta's honestly he's pulled ahead so much, and it's every kingdom he's getting a little bit more of a lead.
Yeah, Dansta going for those Goomba vectors. I think Dansta was probably the first person that I saw doing those Goomba vectors like super convincingly, and I was just like popping off. I think I was doing commentary for one of his races too. I think it was in like one of the OG CCG SMO Any tournaments. And this dude's just like flying with the Goombas. Like it's crazy how much time you can save on that. Like you'd think that it only saves like a second or something. It saves like 3 seconds or something crazy. Like it's like a lot of time.
Yeah,
maybe it's even more. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a great thing with high level speedrunning, and like with SMO, like as an example, things you wouldn't think of in a casual playthrough, even when you start speedrunning this game, is how can I make these Goombas go faster? But when you get down to, and you said 3 seconds or 1 to 2, as Dancer's confirming now, that's a lot of time. And if you can pull that off quite consistently, you can make those Goombas really fly on over the ice. Speedrunning is great for that kind of thing. Just optimizing even the most tiny of elements of the game.
Speedrunning is pretty great. Gotta agree.
Yeah, do enjoy that.
Alright, Snowdram here for Dansta. Makes it look easy.
He's a flawless king today. It's it's insane. You see Sledge go for this clip here. Yeah. Yeah, grabs it a little trouble. Not the movement you commonly see there. You do tend to see them go a little further along before getting into the doorway, but gets in it all the same. Yeah, see Dancer leaving Snow Kingdom here. Sledge just trying to make his way through all of the rooms, getting all of the moons he needs. We'll see if he's mastered the art of the Goomba vector. Yeah, about 3350, I think, or just under 3350. Leaving and entering at 34. Let's look at Sledge's. That Sledge's movement through the Goomba room. Can he master the art?
Oh my god, that was
Very
terrifying.
close. Oh my god. That was
that didn't
so
happen.
close. Yeah.
It didn't happen.
I suppose that's the issue. You try and perfect moving around with the Goombas. There are small gaps like that. That little bridge is not long.
As Dansta is heading through Seaside here, has a few moons under his belt, heading up to the fish dip. See if he is going for that. I think Dansta was pretty early to adopt it, so I'm going to be shocked if we don't see it here, and Dansta going for it. Gets out of bounds. Ooh, that might be inside. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a bit close there.
Yeah, you can see the fish like clipping through the wall. Sometimes when players go for that, and they just still stay out of bounds. Like the hitbox and like the way that fish animation works is a little bit strange, but unfortunately Dansta not sticking out of bounds that time. Not a huge deal. Just about 6 to 7 seconds of possible time loss there. Actually, I think a little bit more considering the fact we went for the lineup. Does lose a little bit extra time, but
yeah. Sledge grabbing Snowdram with no issue again. Both runners nailing that trick. And if you just joined in, you're looking at how far Dansta is ahead. He's basically been playing flawlessly, and Sledge has had some unfortunate deaths, so really did cost him some time. And just some a little bit worse movement here and there. I think the biggest one we've seen so far, probably Metro. The Metro death was probably the largest time loss we've seen from Sledge, but yeah, Dansta's just been playing one hell of a game, and it's really pulled him ahead here.
I mean, if you're wondering how Dansta is ahead, I mean, dude is 4th place in the standings right now. Kind of crack gamer. I mean, we got some pretty nuts runners in this league. We got Tyrone and Stravos and Eek. Even Buster Doggy and Jambo are pretty impossible like players to go against. Like for anybody, like you go up against either of those players, you're not going to have the easiest time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even mentioning Lightron and Psionic. I mean, like, this is a cracked field. Dansta is in 4th place right now in the standings. So, yeah, that's how Dansta is in the lead right now. It's not even like there's been any massive mistakes from Sledge, right? We've had some mess ups here or there, but
no, I said the biggest one was probably the Metro death, which cost him about 20 seconds. So it's a bit significant. He's 2 minutes 40 behind going into Seaside, but it's just Dansta's been playing out of his mind. Like he is fully on today.
Yeah, definitely on 58 pace here. Would have to continue playing pretty well. Lost a decent chunk of time in Lost Kingdom, funnily enough, but everywhere else has been pretty decent. You know, Lost Kingdom, 20 seconds or so lost time, a little bit less, about 16 actually. But everywhere else has just been like little minuscule amounts of time, you know, a few seconds in each kingdom. And playing that close to your PB in a race is pretty sick. We were talking about that earlier with Tyrone getting a 57 in a race.
Yeah.
Dansta getting a 58 in a race is pretty much the same thing, right? Dansta pretty close to that world record contention range, but a little bit off. Getting down there. I mean, it's hard, right? When the record keeps getting pushed down so much. Like, I feel like every other week we get a new SMO world record. It's like,
yeah, unfortunately, if you're grinding for that,
like, come on.
Yeah, you can be grinding for the world record, but the world record holder is probably still going to be grinding. So depends on who's going to get the times faster. And yeah, as you said, he's really been flying like through the records here. His time's been going down. You said it's been quite consistent records recently for SMO. It's a nice time to be getting involved with the scene, getting to know the scene. So definitely check out these runners as well if you're interested in seeing their progression. And you can do that in the chat and by I want to say exclamation mark racers is the command. I always get it wrong.
You are correct.
I am correct. Thank you. And Sledge just gonna be leaving Seaside. I know we did have an insanely close race yesterday. I believe the final count was an 18 frame difference at the end. And so that is the level of consistency and caliber we are dealing with in the league right now.
It was Jambo versus Psionic, if you want to go back to the VODs. You'll have to go back through the Twitch VODs due to technical difficulties. I'm quite a bit behind on a few different things. But we'll get those up to the YouTube soon too, so they're easier to find and be able to watch them until the end of time, or Google explodes, which will never happen.
Same thing, yeah. There's not much difference.
Yeah. Our Google overlords will always be there, for better or for worse.
But yeah, 18 frame difference is it's insanely close. I don't think I've seen a race in SMO at least that close, and in category, it's not the shortest category. An hour is still a big chunk of time. 18 frames is crazy, like just showing how good these runners are.
I can't remember what the closest one was in the open tournament. It was either like 3 or 8 frames. I can't remember which, but it was pretty insanely close as well.
Yeah, that's nuts. The closest race I think I've ever seen is a 120 race. I believe it was, I can't remember who he was running against, but it was Simply and someone. It was 120 stars in SM64, and I think it ended up being a 4 frame difference, which is just nuts. So any race is that close, like 18 frames is absolutely nothing. But we are seeing a small divergence of routes as well here. Sledge opting to fight. The boss here, Dansta, did skip. So Dansta's taking the faster routes as well. Rock Chalk, yes, thank you.
Dansta talking about a frame tie that happened in one of the OG SMO leagues. Actually had to be replayed because it was literally the same like speed run, so they couldn't declare a victor and had to do another race.
Imagine that.
Invisiblock jump going well for Dansta here. The entire Spiritless route not looking to be too much of a hurdle for Dansta this time around, which is quite impressive. Sledge, did we defeat Dansta? Did we defeat Dansta? That's the question on everyone's mind.
Trying.
I don't think we did. I think we're doing Spiritless on Sledge's side too. Just
no, Sledge did fight Spirit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he definitely did.
Oh yeah, it doesn't give you a multi-moon. That's right.
Yeah,
I was calculating in my head the moons, and I was like, no, he has like not enough moons. But no, for some reason that one just doesn't give you a multi-moon for no reason, and then they just give you a free one later. Luncheon kind of imba, not gonna lie.
Yeah, kind of weird. But yeah, no, he did fight him. Dancer did obviously do the Spiritless route, and yeah, that invis block jump is always I've seen it a few times, and it looks terrifying every time I see it. It's one of the best looking jumps I've seen in the entire run. I think it looks so interesting. Just blocks appearing from nowhere, and then you just jump in again. It's class.
Invisiblock jump, definitely my favorite trick jump, not gonna lie. That or Snowdram. Trick jumps that actually do something. Very poggers.
Yeah, I know trick jumping is very popular in the SML community, and some of them are just, for show, just because they do look cool. But yeah, the ones that can really save time whilst also looking flashy, amazing.
I like the Kirby's Forgotten Land, whatever the heck it's called, trick jumping that I've been seeing lately on Twitter. It's been very interesting.
I didn't think that'd be a thing. The dude can fly. What?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's something amazing that I've seen. I'm not sure how like popular it is, but
I'll have to check that out. That looks funny. So yeah, he can fly. So I'm wondering what's going on there. But again, Sledge going for a slightly different route here, coming out and going into the pink goop. Whereas Dansta skipped that entirely, skipped grabbing onto the fire and just bounced his way through.
Okay, Dansta are remembering to save Captain Toad. That is important. That is in the fine print of the league rules. If you do not save Captain Toad, you actually are instantly removed from the tournament and banned for 7 years. So, good on Dansta.
Yeah. Honestly, a fair penalty.
I mean, even if you don't read the rules, you should be saving Captain Toad. But we'll just assume he also read them. Everybody reads the rules, right?
Oh, for sure. No one's ever skipped those.
Surely. Signing up for a speedrunning tournament, I want to read a 7-page document. Please read the rules. Please read the rules. Okay. Anyways, wait. This is the shout out kingdom. I forgot this isn't actually ruined. We're supposed to talk about urban arts. It's in the contract, I think. I don't know. Actually, there's no contract, but still, we love urban arts, especially Jason, especially Sarah Applebaum, and Lars. I don't know their last name, I'm not gonna lie. But Lars, shout outs to Lars. I'm sure they make great stuff. And Urban Arts helping them make that happen as well. Sending them through college, getting them set up with scholarships, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, everything I've heard about them and everything I've seen them do, Urban Arts really just seem like great people. Like, honestly, I've not seen anything bad said about them, which on the internet these days is rare. So absolutely fantastic,
Yeah.
and said any interaction I've had with anyone in Urban Arts has always been good. So generally check them out. Thank you, Reddy, for the link there. And we do enjoy Urban Arts. And yeah, shout outs to Mario at Urban Arts as well. Man's bargain. He's
Oh
on
my god,
theme.
yeah. Dude, Mario is like probably one of the most popular characters in the chat, and is a real person.
Yeah, he's
I don't
on
think I've
theme,
ever
man.
I've never seen like Mario come on screen and don't see like a Mario PogChamp in the chat.
There we go. We like Mario.
All right, so Sledge here closing out Luncheon Kingdom as Dansta is wrapping up in Ruined. It's looking like a set victory here for Dansta, but we see crazier things. I mean, I don't want to be the cliche commentator saying anything can happen in a race, but we saw Psionic messing up one wall moon skip earlier. And we've been seeing that quite a bit, right? Where players are like, I want to go for one wall mooncave skip, and then they just like die, and it's like, okay, you just lost 50 seconds, and then it's like, okay, well now your mental might be off. Now what happens when you die in 2D? Like, these mistakes, when they're really large, can be a bit of a snowball effect. So we'll
Yeah, things can definitely go wrong in Moon. Bowser's Kingdom tends to be not too bad. Like, there's mistakes you can make, obviously, but Moon in the final sequence does tend to be where massive mistakes can pile up, as you said. It'll have to be large. Like, Sledge is definitely about, I said, 2.5, 3 minutes behind. So Dansta really would have to have some major mistakes at the end here. But if you mess up in Moon, it can add up to a lot of time. This checkpoint's very rarely grabbed. So yeah, you can one mess up on Mooncave Skip, you can accidentally die on the end sequence, which does take you right to the start. There's a whole lot that can lose you massive chunks of time. So it's not over, but yeah, it is looking really good. It's Dance's game to lose for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely use the points to go up in the standings. Sitting pretty close to Eek right now. Not too far off of Stravos, honestly, but definitely with a win here, if Eek has a hard time later on versus Shemcat, even loses a few points. I could definitely use those. It's only a 10-point gap there, so every second counts. I think 5 seconds is a point. I'm not sure. Only the tournament organizer. I don't really know. I tried so hard to veto points, and Dance was like, "No, they're a good idea," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're a good idea." But I get so confused. There's too many numbers. I like it when it's like win loss. Like my brain can process that. Like 1 point.
Two things.
I know how to
W
count
and
that. I know how to count that high, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could even go higher if I wanted to, but I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to press you too much.
As soon as we get to 10, though, oh my word, what do you do then?
Yeah, I mean, there's 12 matches per player, so I mean, even then, it's already hard. But then you have 90 per one, 90 times 12. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's
a lot of
maths that
points.
we've not done. Science has not gone that far yet. We can create spreadsheets for wiggler patterns, but we only go further up on the points. Nah. I did see one wiggler pattern was called Tetris though, so that was fun. It just looked like a squiggle to me, but if they say that's a Tetris block, I believe them.
No, they drew the pattern in like highlighter, and it looks like a Tetris block if they draw it like that.
If
So,
they draw it,
I believe
yeah.
them. I think when people send you pictures of clouds, or like, I was gonna say like you're like looking at clouds with another human in real life, but let's be honest. I don't think anybody in this chat has ever done that. At least not in a while.
I live in the UK. It's just clouds. It's not much of an event anymore.
Yeah, it's just a wall. It's just a total
If
gray,
someone
like,
shows me,
skyline.
if someone shows me the sky, then my word, that's when we get excited. But yeah, I've not looked at clouds too much. And Dansta having a really nice bunny fight here. Can't expect too much issue from him on this.
No, Topper's got a lot of hats.
He does have a lot of hats, which in the Odyssey universe does make him powerful. So I'm not sure why he's listening. Yeah, not sure why he's listening to Bowser, who only has like one normal hat and some ghost hats, when the man has many hats.
Bowser has a hat with boxing gloves. That's way more important than multiple hats.
He doesn't use the boxing gloves though, does he? Only Mario does.
Yeah, kind of weird, Chip. It's very true.
You'd think he'd use the boxing gloves or just stop throwing the hat.
Actually, I think if he throws the hat and you get hit by it, the hat's boxing glove come out and punch you. So that's not totally true. They're just not very good at hitting things.
Yeah, you'd think he'd stop throwing it after the first time. Like, okay, Mario can't really do anything unless he has my hat.
Bowser's not the smartest dude, let's be honest.
No, he is planning a wedding. It's stressful, so you can give him in this one.
So Sledge here going for some shards action. Honestly, I mean, not too far behind. Obviously, a little bit misleading considering the fact he hasn't done bunnies yet. That is a pretty huge time sink. But we're in the same stage. You know, keeping up with Dansta, who is absolutely flying. Are we still on 58 pace? I haven't actually looked in a while. We are barely on 58 paces.
It's very close, yeah.
Closing fast, but it is possible. And when you're going up against somebody with a 58 pace, and you know you have a 1:00.56, that's pretty impressive to keep it, you know, within this margin.
Yeah, like he's honestly the mistakes were early.
Being a slouch here.
Yeah, the mistakes were early. Sledge really hasn't made any major mistakes in the last few kingdoms, so he's been keeping up. He's been doing his best, and he is really not sure if he's making up any time, but he's definitely keeping pace with the time that he's had to use, and that was an excellent cap throw there, as Dansta's just finished up the mech fight by the looks of it. See Sledge go and face the two bunnies.
Yeah, mech fight. I mean, it's getting to the point where we're almost not respecting mech fights anymore. And I've seen it happen before where commentators are like, nothing ever happens in the mech fight anymore. You know, nobody falls, nobody loses time. And then, like, literally in that race, somebody falls and, like, dies on mech. And it's like, oh, that just lost 2 minutes. That's pretty bad.
Win for the race where there's a gentleman's agreement. Everyone goes bird.
Players are getting a lot better at it, right? They've got, like, obviously target acquired, and even new target acquired is, like, a thing. So, like, people are really optimizing mech. People are really comfortable with mech. And, you know, it's good to see and it's bad to see, right? You like to have that end of the run, like, what could happen sort of element. But at the same time, getting new world records is cool.
Yeah, and especially, like, the race, people have got better at the game, and it's been a far cry from when getting a perfect mech was like a massive thing, and like, oh my god, they've got this. They definitely like just saved them time of their last run. People get better at the game, strats get more consistent, and with more consistency, there is options for things to get even harder. People going, well, the thing we thought was possible a while back, but no one wanted to do it because it's risky, is now implemented. So we could see some new developments now that people have got so consistent with mech. Yeah, Dansta is finishing up. Gonna go on over to the moon. Sledge, no trouble with the bunnies.
Yeah, Dansta on his way to Moon here, and we'll see how the Moon Cave skip goes. Will we go for the one wall Sledge meeting a wall there? Just having a nice little
Yeah,
meeting with it, making sure
very
that
strange
everything is
bonk.
in order, making sure there's no new clips or warps that could be discovered there.
Can you
Shout
imagine?
out to Sledge.
Gets a bonk there and accidentally clips in. That'd be funny.
I mean, it would not be surprising for this game. For this game,
No.
especially in, like, corners, you just walk through the corners. Like, they're just suggestions.
Yeah, Nintendo, they tried their best. Indie company, you can't put too much pressure on them.
Yeah, an up-and-coming company as well. They've only been around since, like, the 60s, so you gotta cut them some slack. I don't know how long it's been, the 60s or the 70s. I know they've been around forever. They ran some interesting businesses before they made video games. I can tell you that much.
I think they've been around since like the 1800s.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they used to make playing cards like in the 1800s. They're a really old company.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there we go, 1889. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're extremely old. They used to make like Japanese playing cards. And then transitioned over to video games. They've always been a toy company, so just move forward.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, depending on what kind of toys we're talking about, they definitely have produced some sort of products over a long period of time. But yeah, Sledge wrapping up mech here as Dansta is defeating the evil King Bowser. Very cool stuff. I don't think there's a possible universe where Dansta could possibly lose this race anymore, unless Dansta were to somehow die in 2D section about 7 times.
Yeah. Disaster would have to strike Dansta in a variety of ways here for him to lose here. Like that 2D, he could go for like 2D skip, you know. You don't know. He could mess that one up.
We have seen players lose over 45 minutes to 2DSS in tournaments before, so I mean that is possible.
Whether Dansta will do that. 45 minutes?
Yeah, one time we had a forfeit, and then one of the racers that continued the race decided to go for 2DSS until he got 2DSS. And it took some time. Co-commentator that was with me ordered a pizza, and then the pizza came, and then they just left to go eat the pizza, and I was just left to commentate by myself while they were trying to get 2DSS. It took some time, but we got there eventually. It was a beautiful thing. Everyone was hyped.
Yeah. I'd love the absolute stones on someone to do that in the middle of a race. Well, I can't lose this. I'll do what I want.
Matt, please tell me that you counted the attempt to success ratio on 2DSS for that race.
That's so good.
Please actually tell me you didn't do that, but I mean, it would be funny if you did. I'm not gonna lie.
So we probably won't see that from Dansta, but you don't know.
Come on, Dancy, you got this for the fans. Who cares about the points? Who cares about the money? There's only $1,000 on the line. Go for that 2D. Okay, he's not.
No, he's not quite.
I guess
on the moon.
I guess we know Dansta, what he really stands for here.
Yep, no 2DSS.
Dansta all about the money, all about the clout. Doesn't care about the fans. See how it is.
Calling out the very fast racer just on stream, live on stream. Saren calling Dansta out. What are you going to do, Dansta?
Very fast racer and tournament organizer as we are entering the Cool Cat Jam section. I don't know why I said Cool Cat, but it is the Cat Jam section. If you do not put a Cat Jam in the chat, your legality in this chat room might be in question. We might have to give you some sort of timeout or ban or something. So I would like to see some cat jams. Matsy getting cat jams in. Matsy's safe. Rush is safe. I'm seeing a lot of names in the chat not putting a cat jam. Even our restreamer not getting on the cat jams. I'm a little bit concerned.
It's kind of
these
weird.
pillars looking pretty hot though. Connections are in. Sledge rolling into the cathedral himself, but Dansta. Okay, there's the cat jams. All right. Rat jams. I don't know. Rat jams.
I like
rat jams are a pass. As long as it's not a pipette. You put a pipette in the chat, you're banned. Instant ban.
Sledge had a decent moon. He did miss Mooncave Skip once, but going on the second try.
Hoggers is finishing things up with a 58, I think. 58-59, question mark?
58-58, proving us that he was going for the 58. Just doing it twice. Absolutely outstanding race from Dansta. Generally, very few mistakes. Pretty much towards the middle of the run, he kind of made the major ones. He said Lost Kingdom was about 20 seconds, and just some bonks and some misses here and there. But
yeah, we're talking about Lost Kingdom being the big time loss area. It was literally 16 seconds.
Yeah, it was barely anything.
Before anybody bullies our fantastic restreamer ReadyBan, I will confirm that it is a 58-58 in the chat room, so I don't want to see any doubters. ReadyBan has had a few drinks, but he is not totally intoxicated, so we're good. It's just like apple cider, you know. It's like it's nothing serious. It's not like we're, you know, down in a bottle of Hennessy or anything like that.
Man, straight drinking absinthe with sugar cubes. Just really going for the good stuff.
Dude, absinthe is gross, dude. I don't know why anybody would drink that. It's like the nastiest thing.
It's kind of weird, yeah. I've tried it once, thought it was disgusting, hurt my throat. I'm like, I'm done. I don't need this in my life.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would drink that.
Clout. Just clout chasing. Like, look what I'm drinking.
I had a kid that I grew up with that would do that with malt liquor, and it was very strange. He was just like, yeah, I got my 40-ounce. Like, everybody would pull up, they'd have, like, shitty beer, and he would just, like, pull up with, like, a 40-ounce malt liquor. And you're just like, hey, bro, like, what? Like, all right. It was, like, the cheapest brand possible. I mean, I guess pretty much every brand of that is pretty cheap, but...
It's like, look what I can do. It's like, okay, I'm going to enjoy mine. What are you going to do?
All right, Sledge here coming up to the pillar section. Looking like we could get around a 102. If my calculations are correct.
Yeah, close to. It'd be a high 102, but yeah, I think he can do it. And Sledge, obviously,
Sledge.
playing well. Like, with the deaths and everything, he's still playing close to the PB. And that's kind of what you can ask for in these races. Playing as close to your PB as possible. But it's just so happens Dansta's doing that with a faster PB, so it's hard to go up against someone as quick as some of these races in this tournament.
Yeah, and I don't know if we have the music playing on the stream, but definitely get those jams in the chat room. Got to cheer on our gamer Sledge, looking to finish up here with a solid time. Playing pretty close to PB. I mean, we've been talking about it all game, but Sledge, you know, not playing like super crazy bad here or anything. There were no oh man, this kingdom was like a devastating meltdown. Like there was that death in Lost Kingdom that was, excuse me, in what was it?
Death in Metro.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, and he did miss Lake Clip, which lost him a little bit of time. He had to do an alternate route, but generally he's been playing well, like really well. And it's just like what, less than 2 minutes off his PB. Crazy.
Yeah, definitely rolling with the punches.
There you go.
Fantastic run there from Sledge, getting a 102, 26, 24, one of those numbers.
Within the 20s. Yeah, 102, 24 from Sledge. Fantastic. He kept up as much as he could, playing close to his PB. Dansta playing out of his mind.
Yeah, we're seeing if the players want to hop in for an interview here before we wrap things up and get moving on to the next game. Of course, a little bit behind schedule as we had set up, kind of leashing into the stream time, but you know that's how it happens. That's how it happens. At least the stream happened. I'm stoked, dude. Shout outs again to ReadyBan. If you don't already follow ReadyBan, you should definitely follow him. He's very, very attractive. I mean, very good at video games. Very beautiful.
Yeah, looks like both runners are ready. Hello, runners. Well done. Dansta, GG's to both. How are you feeling, Dansta, after that? 58-58.
Can't complain. First 58 I ever got in a league race, so, you know, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you played out of your mind, we were saying like the biggest mistake we really noticed was in Lost Kingdom, and even that wasn't that major.
Lost
Absolutely
was
cramped.
very scary. Like when I missed reverse repeatal, I was already expecting to miss it, and that's the only reason why I did not die. If I actually like thought I would get it, then I would have done slightly different inputs and would certainly have bonked somewhere and died. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy I noticed.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, good reactions from you, and Sledge, GG's to you as well. You played excellently. Honestly, it's just a shame that
Yeah,
Dansta
I played.
did, but yeah, carry on. How do you feel?
Well, after Wooded, I kind of stopped looking at the stream and just focusing on my own runs, and it made me play a lot better than all my other races so far. And the only thing I was really mad at was the my Metro death.
Yeah, that one was rough. I think you just from what we were looking at, it looks like you missed the setup originally, then tried to back it up, and just the angle went off. So it did cost a little bit of time there, and obviously with the Wooded death as well, cost you a bit. But after that, we didn't generally see anything major. There was that scary moment in Lost Kingdom where you where you fell down a bit, but managed to back that up with no issues. But yeah, played out your mind. Just Dansta was a little bit quicker today, but I hope you're feeling good about that.
Yeah, funny enough, that bunnies, it was only 0.5 off my goal.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah, bunnies was bad for me too. I don't think you noticed, but I had a lot of mistakes in the Harriet fight and lost like 15 seconds there. Almost.
Oh well, at least at least you recovered from that, and you seem to have a good fight afterwards, especially in mech. Seemed to go well
Yeah,
for
mech
both
was
of you.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, anything you are looking forward to the next races, both of you? Anything you're gonna work on after this one, or you just kind of continue playing your game?
Oh, I got
That's all you.
Jambo. That will be exciting.
Yeah, Jambo coming from a very close race, 18 frame difference from the end, so you got someone who is excited probably to get going again.
Yeah, only 1 second PB difference as well. Like, huh?
Yeah. So
I mean, we'll see how that is in 1 week time, but
yeah,
like
we'll keep
Jambo
grinding
just
out.
PBing all the time.
Yeah, and looking for those looking for that next 57, as I think we were discussing yesterday as well. So definitely great, and obviously Sledge as well. You're keep grinding your time down. You're going to keep going for that sub hour.
Yeah, just I would probably will during spring break. Right now, I'm busy with school.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Oh well, good luck to both of you. We'll look to see you both again, and yeah, hopefully you'll have more fantastic races. Thank you so much for coming on in. And
Yeah,
in
we
chat,
got-
make sure you look at the links.
We got another SMO race coming up in about an hour and a half, but first we are going to be heading over to the SM64 World to watch Ray versus Sunnard in the Mario 64 16-star playoffs, so do check that out. We will be back in about 10 minutes with that, so don't go anywhere.